Hello, my friend. Before this story begins, let me ask you something simple yet powerful. What do you say to yourself when no one is listening? Because those silent words, they build your future. This is the true motivational story of Alex, a young man who discovered that positive thinking is not magic, it is direction. So sit back, breathe in, and let this story touch your heart, your mind, and your destiny. I remember the night Alex almost gave up. It was raining, not just outside, but inside him too. The city lights blurred through his window, and his phone screen glowed with one more rejection email. Not selected. Better luck next time. We regret to inform you. Alex dropped the phone and whispered, "Why even try anymore?" He was talented, hardworking, and honest, yet life kept pushing him down. Bills were due. Dreams were fading. Hope felt expensive. And then, something strange happened. Alex didn't change his situation. He changed his thoughts. Because one quiet voice inside him said, "If nothing is changing outside, maybe it's time to change what's happening inside." So that night, sitting alone, Alex made a small decision that would later create a big miracle. He said, slowly and clearly, "I am not a failure. I am a work in progress." It felt silly at first. But he said it again, and again, and again. Every morning he looked in the mirror and said, "I am becoming better, stronger, and smarter every day." Not because it was true yet, but because he wanted it to become true. And this, my friend, is where destiny begins to shift. You see, Alex realized something most people never do. Your mind is either your prison or your playground. He stopped saying, "I can't," and replaced it with, "How can I?" He stopped saying, "I'm unlucky," and replaced it with, "I am learning." And slowly, quietly, life began to respond. Because here's the truth. Your thoughts are seeds. What you plant in your mind grows in your life. Alex still failed. He still got rejected. But now, every failure sounded different. Instead of, "I'm done," he said, "I'm getting closer." And that made all the difference. One day, Alex walked into a small office for an interview. His hands were shaking, but his mind was calm. Why? Because before entering, he whispered, "I am ready. I am worthy. I belong here." The interviewer looked at his resume and asked, "Why should we choose you?" Alex smiled, not arrogantly, but confidently, and said, "Because I don't give up. And people who don't give up always find a way." That job changed his life. Not because it paid well, but because it proved something. It proved that belief creates opportunities. Alex kept growing. He learned new skills. He made new connections. He failed again and got back up again. Every setback became a setup. Every loss became a lesson. And every day he reminded himself, "I am not lucky. I am prepared." Years later, Alex stood on a stage, speaking to thousands. Not as a millionaire, but as a man who mastered his mind. And he said something that I will never forget. The moment you start believing in yourself, the world has no choice but to notice you. This is not just Alex's story. It is your story waiting to happen. You don't need perfect conditions. You need a powerful mindset. Because positive thinking does not mean you ignore problems, it means you believe you can solve them. The moral of Alex's story is simple, yet life-changing. When you change your thoughts, you change your destiny. When you believe in yourself, the universe begins to believe in you. If this story touched your heart, if Alex's journey inspired you even a little, then don't keep it to yourself. Like this story, share it with someone who needs hope, and subscribe for more powerful stories that can change your life. Because sometimes, one story is all it takes to rewrite a destiny.